The other thing that we see, and this is how, sort of we got to where we are today. The other thing we constantly see is this battle where people are saying streaming versus linear broadcast. Broadcast is dead. We need a new model. You've heard all of these things before. You saw in my briefing that broadcast ain't dead yet. And I asked for forgiveness from my English teacher in third grade, Miss Baker, for using the word ain't, but it's true. It ain't dead yet. As a matter of fact, it's still one of the largest providers of revenue to the companies that are actually providing the streaming solutions today. And I say that because when you look at the trajectory that is being estimated for broadcasting cable television just in the U.S. by 2028. 2020, 478.8 million was the estimated value of broadcast in television in the U.S. The compound annual revenue growth that is expected by 2028 is running at about 2.74% per year. That equates to $1.9 billion by 2028. Now, I'm not a prophet or a futurist, but if we continue in the trajectory of what's happening right now, the other side of that is what's happening in the ad revenue world. That is also driving a lot of what you hear from a market standpoint. People are very concerned about what's happening with ad revenue. How is this going to affect our business? What's going on in that particular space? Well, once again, good churn is happening there. Ad revenue is being reviewed because in the past, they threw a lot of money into a particular platform. That platform was broadcast television. Now, as other options appear, they're wondering, okay, should we diversify what we're doing? Should we double down on what we're doing? Or how do we actually create a portfolio that reaches the widest audience? Once again, that's where streaming comes in. It should not be seen as an either or an or. It should be seen as a complement to making sure that we are focused on the democratization of distribution for content for the customers that we serve. And if you look at that as your model for building and your model for innovating the tool set, what you actually get to is a model that serves our customers, it serves our advertisers, and it actually serves those CFOs who are sitting in those offices trying to figure out how do we make this profitable. Now, there is no secret. Streaming has not necessarily tipped the scales on the profitability standpoint if you look at it from a purely financial situation. If you only look at it from a financial angle, hasn't quite gotten there. But if you take the moment to step back and say from a social impact, from an industry change disruption, from an innovative injection into what we do every day, streaming has moved our industry forward by leaps and bounds. It forces folks who have been stagnant, sitting on a platform for years and years and years, to begin to have to think differently, to begin to have to think forward instead of thinking that it's good enough. Now, we see advances in broadcasting, and we have seen that, and I'm president of TIMTY, so I've had the opportunity to be at the front end of seeing a lot of those changes happen and participating in a lot of that. But I'll be honest with you, the first 4K, HDR, next generation audio content that I viewed and that I saw was through streaming. It was not a transmission over broadcast. So that, once again, shows how this industry pushes things forward.